does give you a lot of awesome scaling towards the later parts of the game, and that is where Nongshim can find success, but I wonder if they're not going to get steamrolled before then, because Ezreal's also going to scale up well too. This is very worrying for me, for the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared as well. I actually really love how T1 played the draft, because up until the very end, that Lucian could have just been flexed into Teddy's hands, and it would have been okay, right? It's not necessarily what you want ideally, because we all assume that Lucian is going to be going into a solo lane these days, but it means that Bey then has this really hard time of being like, oh, do I just try and counterpick Lucian, or do I pick something that is just solid in the lane so they can't do any of their funny business? So we'll see how that top side is going to be played. The problem is that Rich always plays weak side. So as we get onto the Rift here, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time for us.
Owner is nearby, and this is just a really rough start.
Whoa, okay. I guess we're trading flashes as he walks back into the gravity field. It's going to stop the culling.
Lucian can all-in you and kill you by himself, so better trade.
Yeah, here's a lot of aggression towards the bottom side. Arcane Shift gets Teddy out of there as the Blade Whirl in point-blank range. They're trying to get Carrier, who's just drinking through the potion and will survive for the moment. Taken, but this T1 composition is playing around topside, playing around a lot of early game power, as there's the all-in. Gravity Field comes through just before the double tap. Ona's forgotten which side of the map he belongs to.
He's a spy, man. He's a secret agent. Blue side jungle stealer.
He's like a secret agent, but he's not very good at it. You know, it's like he's broadcasted exactly where he is. I wonder whether he'll take the Grump. Looks like no, as he's planned a dive on the top lane. They do manage to get the flash and the ulti already. Peanut's going to turn up as there's the flash. Infernal Chain's not going to arm. Zeus in a little bit of trouble here. Does have the dominance. Is going to utilize it as now the sleep comes in. They're going to use it just to back away. We don't quite get to First Blood territory just yet. It's Kellen just a little bit late.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is, you know, weak side Ezreal for you. You know, it's suffering just a little bit there as Carrier may have caught Peanut out of position. The sleep will come down. Watch out, he comes in, gets over the wall, and First Blood is going to be claimed by Ona. Now the turnaround being attempted here from Kellen as the Lucian is going to be taken down. Heroic entrance, not quite enough, but now Bey, can he set up enough here with this one? No, he can't, as Ona is so extraordinarily huge at this stage of the game, and it's not even over yet. Kellen getting on in there, does have level 6, but doesn't have his ulti available. Ona in trouble, but able to pick up a kill on the way out. That is 3 already as Doctom will get the flash out of Carrier, but Teddy gets over the wall. No more mana left, and Doctom will get out with his life. Go this into the Manamune and then into the Ravenous Hydra after that. Certainly means that your wave clear is just insane.
Yeah, and if you want some extra pen, you know, you can build the
yeah, the little knife thingy.
Yes,
the blue knife thingy.
Map right now. Second Rift Herald is going to take out this turret. I mean, I don't know if we make it there. Like, I don't know if we are going to see Victor complete those items this game.
Well, Teddy looking to try and challenge here, as you can see. Ona taking a lot of damage from Rich, who flashes, but the counter flash is going to be there. Now Zeus trying to get out of the way of Peanut, who's looking to chase after him, but Slice and Dice is one heck of an ability, and he is going to be absolutely fine. The culling, we'd say 50-50 Ocean or Cloud. That's not how that is. There's a bit of a fight here towards the bottom side. A cleanse out from Doctom. Does mean he gets taunted, though, as Teddy finds the True Shot Barrage onto nothing. And closing in. Ona coming down as well. Bowling Ball is going to go out to the side, but the Lucian just doesn't need anyone as Peanut so close to going down. Close is going to have to settle for some beefsteak, is now Ona getting over this wall. Bowling Ball comes through, doesn't land onto Doctom. They do get the teleport out of the Victor in the mid lane. That Mystic Shot couldn't have been timed any better from Teddy, just to make sure that he gets
that T1 have. This is a Cloud Soul coming through, just to remind everyone.
Ooh, Teddy, Arcane Shift is on cooldown. Doctom comes through, and that is a very comfortable kill.
Owner is, so how do you deal with it when they do rotate and you don't have CC?
Oh, that was so sneaky.
Oh, so this was not even just like a huge mistake from Teddy. This is a proactive play. And he misses it.
It's the wrong brush, and Arcane shifts forward. That's a really cute play from Doctom. I like it a lot. Any advantage that
I guess you could say.
And I mean, yeah, I think that, like, Aatrox does have a use with the Samira composition because of the pile-in, but, like, right now, I mean, what is this Aatrox really doing? This is going to be his first addition to the scoreline, and unfortunately, it's in the wrong column.
Yep. It's just a really unfortunate, you know, dive there. There's nothing an Aatrox can do in this case, especially with, you know, Lilia having her sleep available. It's just a guaranteed kill.
Yeah.
And let's see if they can trade something back here. I mean, Kellen is here. This would be great gold for Doctom. I mean, this is what you need.
Well, how much of a protector can Carrier be as he does find the double taunt? Bay's going to come up as well. They do have full information as Closer gets out of the way of the Pulverize. They do kill the Renekton, but now Closer is trying to unleash himself, looking to take down Bay. The Chaos Storm going to be a bit of a problem. So, already the Crocodile being taken down. There is the dash forward from Closer. Steps out of the gravity field a little bit too late there as he dashes over, takes down the Victor, and now Owner's going to turn up and try and gatekeep. Teleport going to immediately come in as the rest of Nongshim are going to rally around Rich. Closer most likely going to be taken down as the home guard was there. He breaks the chains that bind, but Rich is just going to stab him in the back. And
but still, that was the beginning of what looked like potential start of a comeback here for Nongshim. We're not there yet, but...
Yep. Well, T1, they've started off the Baron. As everyone's on it, they do have a level lead in the jungle as well, so let's see whether Owner can make sure that he confirms this. Peanut is going to dive into the pits, looking to be a 50-50, but Owner is going to win it. But in goes the Aatrox. He finds the backline, finds the Lucian, but the Lilia is starting to pop off. Instant interruption on the ulti of the Samira, and that is going to spell the end as Teddy grabs a double. They grab the Baron, and T1. Right. T1 still trying to close in. Haven't actually cracked this turret just yet, but Nongshim are going to realize that the Brute Force is a couple of autos away. And this inhibitor will be not long for the world. Can T1 get more is the question, as we've only got 9 seconds left on the Baron buff.
I think they could be happy with this, but they're in a really good spot to collapse. There's available for a few more seconds. This is Nongshim's last chance in this game. This is going to have to be a miracle fight.
Well, the Baron is certainly going to go down, and there's Carrier in position. He locks up Rich, as now Teddy gets to work on the backside as Peanut has to dive out immediately. Closer trying to escape this one, going down extraordinarily low in T1. They do suffer some losses in health bar, but not necessarily in the kills just yet. The Lilia will fall, but now Teddy is over the wall, and unfortunately, the ulti's not quite enough because it doesn't pierce far enough to get Teddy, and he hops on in and grabs that one. That's going to be the ace, and that should be the game here for T1.
Really against very weaker opponents here than you should be probably getting too excited about. But when you see T1 perform this well, I think you're very happy to see that return to form.
Look at some of the disgusting damage that is done by an Ezreal. Welcome back to the game, Ezreal. Really glad that you're here with all of his skewed numbers that get thrown out. But, I mean, it's just big numbers across the board. Even Carrier did double the damage of the Alistar.
Yeah. I mean...
nutty.
This was a really good draft from T1. I liked how it started for Nongshim, and I like the idea of trying to draft around this. But the Aatrox pick, when that came in, that's when I started getting worried. And unfortunately, it's just did not work out. He got totally owned in lane, and I hope that if we have a similar draft in Game 2, that maybe they play a little bit of a safer top matchup, try to play around those later game conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, this is something that you expect out of Nongshim, right? Like, the Aatrox, when it's being piloted by Rich, it's not like this is insane, why are you picking this? You obviously know that it's because there is a lot of mastery on this champion. However, it just doesn't really work anymore these days, right? And especially not when they get denied the game plan that was going to make it work. And sometimes you play with your cards face up, right? And that's exactly what Nongshim did. They sort of said that we want to get our top side ahead, and we almost need to get our top side ahead for, Rich to be relevant as they move into mid and late game. And also...
Welcome back, everybody, to the LCK week number 6, and we are kicking off with Nongshim Red Force versus T1. Today we'll be joined by Subin, Yun, Peter, and Gorilla. Nongshim has to stop their losing streak, and T1 wants to continue their high momentum, and T1 was able to actually push their momentum forward. I think the game was pretty decided from the get-go. Ezreal, which was climbing up on the tier list, was locked in by T1. And also, a team that has a strong form, actually they complete their topside comp in the first phase of the pick. And because T1 had better mechanical level at the top side of the map, they were able to easily outplay the counterparts from the get-go. As Gorilla stated, Nongshim was kept getting criticized by their weak top side players, and T1 was able to attack their weakness. Well, this comp, in the end, does have a potential for the Samira late game carry, but other than that, T1 was able to actually get ahead really hard from the get-go with that jungle difference. There were some team fights where Nongshim also felt well, but T1 was way ahead in order for Nongshim to turn the whole game around. As mentioned, T1 was able to utilize the edge they had during the draft, and let's take a look how they took a big step ahead from this early game fight. T1 had map controlled already, so they had this confidence to open this fight. They knew that Italy will be jumping over to this rush, so they were able to start off this fight with a kill. But Bay was also able to trade kill with Closer. But still, it was a 2-1 trade. And Ezreal and Samira also now roamed up to join this fight. But it was Dokdam had to join this fight in the middle of the laning phase, so he was pretty much low on that mana, so he had to back away after picking up that Lilia kill. So Nongshim was not able to close up the goal difference, and none of the Nongshim players were able to accelerate ahead of the opponents. But still, we want to point it out. We wanted to point out that Nongshim put up a good fight, but that fight didn't really affect the result of the game. Now let's take a look at this very decisive Baron fight. Aatrox used his TP prior to this fight, so T1 wanted to actually call the opponents around this Baron pit based on the summoner spell of the opponents. So Ezreal was doing a fantastic work. Lucian did die from the beginning of this fight, but Ezreal was watching Victor, so he was doing damage onto Bay, and then he actually dashes forward in order to get kill on Samira, and then he jumps over the wall for safety and then goes back in and locks down the kill on Victor. So Victor was not able to put the sustained damage during this fight because of the presence of Ezreal. And let's see the damage output during that team fight. Victor, even though the fight broke out in a very late phase of the game, he was not able to do enough damage because Ezreal was zoning him out. This looked like a close fight for Nongshim as well, but still, T1 felt this pretty well and they solidified their lead. Well, I was really surprised by the itemization from Owner because most of the Lilia in the LCK, they actually went for a very safe and tanky builds, for example, like Zhonya's. But this Lilia by Owner, actually he went for full AP build and then built for some HP or tank item in a very late phase of the game. And the player of the game will go over to Owner and that perfect Lilia play and first POG of this rookie player. Well, the players called it in the mic check in the end. Actually, T1 players were like, congrats on the POG, and Owner even knew it. He was like, thank you for the POG. So he did have a very fantastic performance on this Lilia. He was popping off and he got full control of the map from the get-go. He was just camping in the enemy jungle. He was always on the blue side of the map, even though T1 was the red side here. So we could tell the dominance out from this player in this game over Peanut. It's been a while since I saw that much of an aggressive jungler popping off on the Rift in the LCK, and unanimous vote secured by Owner with that fascinating play. Peanut is having a 6th-year anniversary for his LCK debut, and also Dokdam is having his birthday, so hope to see Nongshim Redforce coming back for their presence.